See, this is a special occasion. People right now call it Rosh Hashanah, which means something else, but the real name of it is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, brothers and sisters. That's the name of it. He wants you to remember, because the Lord utilized trumpets. Even man try to utilize trumpets. They have special occasions. They have trumpets, that sounds that they use to go to war, sounds that they use to inaugurate a president. They have a special occasion. They shoot guns and all kind of stuff. Well, the Lord, he invented all of this. See, we don't think God know about war, but we're going to find out God is the chief warrior. And he's going to show you that. He had to show Pharaoh back in old days. Yes, but he's going to show man in these days, brothers and sisters. So he said, speak unto the children of Israel in the 7th month and the 1st day of the month. Again, we don't have time to get into detail, but this is in the fall. Actually, the word September really means 7, even though it's not directly in September, because it's according to the moon. But the word September comes from 7. So it's around that time of year, between September and October. It varies, but that's what we're talking about. He said, in the 7th month and the 1st day of the month, ye shall have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing a trumpet. Why do God want us to remember some trumpets? Let's get into it. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14, first of all. Let's see what trumpets can be used for. Why would God want us to have a celebration about some trumpets blowing? Why? We're going to take a look at it. See, none of this is in the Bible just for good reading. 1 Corinthians 14, all the way to the New Testament. So the Bible corroborates itself. We want to do away with parts of the Bible and take parts of the Bible, but the whole Bible go together. 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 8. Go ahead, brother.
For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to battle?
Oh, now, trumpets got something to do with battle and war, don't it?
Yes, sir.
Trumpets can announce a war, brothers and sisters. So Paul made the analogy, talking about something else, but he said, if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to war? So trumpets gather people together for war. It did in those days, and it do now. Just like they got an old trumpet called do-do-do-do-do. That means charge. So it's been used even in our times. Nothing has changed. So that's what this is all about. That's why this 3-part series is titled The 7 Trumpets to Armageddon. See, Armageddon is where the final, well, really not the final, but the final war in our time. And people like to say dispensation. Well, that's going to be the final war in our dispensation before the Lord take over. Because he's taking over at Armageddon, at the war at Armageddon, which is going to be World War III, brothers and sisters. This is what this is about. These trumpets are taking us to World War III. Armageddon. Now let's get into it. Let's see. Go back to Exodus 15, because again, we don't know that God is a real warrior. We don't know that. You talking about war, God and war. Look, you don't know God. See, man think he know how to war now. He got all kind of weaponries of mass destruction. But God is the author of war. He going to show man those weapons ain't going to do no good against him. Matter of fact, man is going to be confused and be on the brink of doing himself in with these weapons, and God going to have to put a stop to that. But he got to kill up practically everybody. See, God is displeased. Exodus 15, and pick it up at verse 1. Exodus 15 and verse 1. Go ahead.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord. And spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
See, this is when the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt and destroyed Pharaoh and his army. Brothers and sisters, that's an example on what God is going to do in the end, except it's going to be the whole world. It's nothing different, because the Bible say in Malachi 3 and 6, I am the Lord and I change not. So if you really want to know what God is going to do in the future, it's simple. Look back at the past and see what he did. He said, I am the Lord and I change not. Hebrews 13 and verse 8. See, we don't have time to read them all on the TV program, but you look them up yourself. Do your homework, because that's what's going to save you. Hebrews 13 and 8 said, Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. That's right. That means he's consistent. He don't change. So the way he did it yesterday in the old days, because that was Jesus back there. You don't know that either. Most people don't know that. But that's the way he's going to do it permanently. Even in our days, the last days. So these trumpets are very important. So he said that the Lord then threw the horse and the rider into the sea. Remember, trumpets announced the war, right?
Right.
Go ahead, verse 3.
The Lord is my strength and song. He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's God, and I will exalt him.
Okay, did you read 2?
Yes, sir.
Read it again, because we missed something there. Go ahead.
The Lord is my strength and song. And he has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's God, and I will exalt him.
Okay, now verse 3.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Oh, see.